From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Watch the flag, watch the flag. Hey, wahoo. Take four.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Tight dog. 6-6. Pull it high. Undercrunch. Watch out.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And an alley to run. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A big play there for the Niners. 49 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Switch. X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, Sam off. Hey, Delta. There goes.
They'll set up to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
3 down. Hey, check. General West. Big Ed. Kill. Hey. Check 24. Fire.
Here's Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Ready.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Hey, Alpha. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Mike's 49. Mike. Get it.
He'll look to throw. But able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 16-yard touchdown. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Penny. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Mike, 380, 54, exit,
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. It's complete to Lockett. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Penny will try to punch it in, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
At the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Greystone, travel.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Watch the edge. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
2nd and 3. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Long day for you. Double tight, double tight. Double tight. Oh, no. 3 down. Oh, no.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Check your hot read.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Kill. Check.
This is Coleman. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Watch the screen.
These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Hey, foxtrot.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Watch the curl.
They'll look to throw here. He finds Coleman. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
Check pass. Alert 3.
Hey, Haywood.
Slam. Tighten up.
On 2nd down. It's Coleman, and he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. But you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
All day. Hey, alert 3. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Now.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, 28 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Now Wilson on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's second and 7 now from the 28.
Right 54. Here we go, D.
Play action. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
56 the mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
From the shotgun, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Pettis once again the target, but it's going to be second down.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Loss of a yard. Brings up second and
Go.
at the 29-yard line.
Second and 11. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off
get off the field. Check, check, check.
Get it. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, here's Penny. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. Penny, a first down carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun. Wilson. Flushed out right. That's caught by Penny. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Williams.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Myers' kick is good. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Penny. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Big stop, let's go.
They'll try the right side here with Penny. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Right there, 54 Mike. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
60 Pittsburgh.
Cut.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch tight end.
2nd and 9 now. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Hey, Orbit. Leo.
They'll drop the throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Check.
And they'll run it again with Penny. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, zoom.
Check 3. Let's go.
They will run again with Coleman. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Echo. Hard, hard. You ain't got nothing. Check three. Two.
Back to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. Mike's 49. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Switch. Check 37. Now.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Who there? Rush in. 22 jet bomber. Bam. Check. Go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Set. 15 line. Bravo. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
Out of the gun now on third down. Open man is heard. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run on first down. Hurd. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
It's second and 8 at the 13-yard line.
1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
Go. Hey, exit. Topper.
Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ziggy Ansah able to get him for a loss of about 3. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11.
Check the backer. Check safety, check safety.
On third down, here's Coleman. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now it's Wilson rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Check. No. Target.
Now Rashad Penny. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Check. Watch 54. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey.
Check 31, check 31.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4.
Go on, come on.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson flush to his right. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. Go guys, 4 down, 4 down. 50 seconds left.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's got it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go out.
2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, lock it. 36. Shoot.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Protection's certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Look at me, zipper. Look at me, door. Now.
2nd and long. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Here we go, set. 60 or.
Okay, double up. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Say go.
On 3rd down, Coleman. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go now. 30 base. Hey, high 7.
I'm coming for you, son. 49.
Look, squeeze.
3 buzz. Watch twist.
80 weapon.
Check 3.
Hey, Sam on.
Check 50. Check. Fresno.
Rocket. Buzz.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
We're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty
Ready?
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
What we got?
He'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. They said beginning of the year, they set a lofty goal, Charles, of getting to the Super Bowl. They fell one step short of that.
Oh, and that's going to hurt for a long time. That's going to be a big one for the offseason. Their goal now has to be not to